We've got the router set up now to the correct height. Now, I'm not going to go through the process of showing you how to do that because I don't ever want you to do that. Just come and see me and I'll set it up. And it just ensures that everything's set up correctly the first time. From here, what we've got is we've got our piece of timber. And as you can see, I've taped the edge the whole way around. And I've put a lot of pressure on that tape as I'm coming around to create tension. Now, the reason I create that tension is because it's going to stop this tear out or the ripping out that does occur. Now, I'm using Tasmanian oak, and it's a timber that is commonly known for tearing out and ripping out pretty badly. And so the tape does assist in minimizing that. The next step we're going to do is we're going to come through here and we're going to set this up. Now, when we're setting this up, what I should notice on is I'm actually putting this halfway in there. So you've got the two rails or prongs or guiding systems, whatever you want to call them, and I've got it evenly hanging over each edge. I'm then going to get this clamp, I'm going to come through, I'll lock this in, and come through on the other side, I'm going to lock this in. Now, it's important that once you lock these in, you never move them for your entire box. So that this setup is the same for your entire one. And I'm coming down through here. Once again, I'm just double checking to make sure that they're even spacing. The overhang there is even, and it is. From there, I'm going to grab my orange F clamp. It doesn't have to be orange, but the F clamp. I'm going to tighten this up here, nice and firmly. And we don't need to use a packer because we don't need to over tighten this. Like it's not going anywhere. It's just to hold it so that we don't have to hold it because we don't want our hands anywhere near that bit. So we're going to keep our hands off to the side away from where we're going. Then from this, what we're going to do is you're just going to be ready, be set, and then you can get to work. So you're going to make sure your piece is not touching the router bit. You're going to turn this on. What the process is that there is a bearing, a little bearing right there that runs on that router bit. And it runs up against the edges of the guidance system, the prongs there. And so that's going to ensure that you get the correct cut every time. Now, as long as you go down one side and then make sure you go down the other, or go down one side and come out the other, you can't go wrong. It's when people go down one side and then don't properly go down the other, that's when you start to get odd shaped dovetails that do not work. Now, for this, as you can see that there are two edges here. You've got one edge with a taper coming up and down on a bit of an angle out, and the other edge has straight cuts. Now, when we're using a taper, you must use a straight bit. When we use a straight edge here on the jig, we use a taper. So they're a bit different, and remember, always come through and see me before you go to use it so that we can ensure that you've got this set up the correct way. Anyway, when we're using it, I'll give you a demo. Remember, run it along the edge and then back out the other edge. Make sure you go slowly, no rough or shaky movements, just take your time. Done that, you turn that off, and then what you would do is, having already set your other end up, you'd pick this piece up, ensuring that you've got the face side marked out. So as you can see, I've got my face side there, flip this around, and you would go again. Put it back in, clamp it down, and repeat. Now you cannot flip like this because ultimately you're going to get opposing dovetails. So you must just spin and go again. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.